already follow my main page, that's Msniquerevamp on all of these platforms. I'm also subjects that just tend to blow my mind. Basically, with all of that being said, y'all check me out. I can't make this shit up. If you follow me, thank you for being a part of the village. Hey, you already know what time it is. It is time for I Can't Make This Shit Up. I want to first and foremost say thank you all so very much for being such supporters of mine, being great followers, and for understanding the assignment. Because yes, I did officially make it to my 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. Y'all digging the logo? Yes, honey. If you haven't already, go ahead and follow me over there onto YouTube. Y'all, the I Can't Make This Shit Up stories are, you already know what it is, right? They're going to be longer, more in-depth, and, I don't know. I'm bringing a different kind of flavor to the I Can't Make This Shit Up, okay? So thank you guys for allowing me to make it to 1,000 subscribers. I don't know what's going on with YouTube at the moment. They're teeter-tottering with my numbers. I made it to 1,008. Woke up this morning, had 999. What up, family? On this episode of I Can't Make This Shit Up, imagine my surprise when I saw this headline. Listen, I don't know what's going on with our society, and I definitely don't know what's going on with our youth. But it seems that the adults are suffering from the same issue too. Insensitivity is a major issue that has come out of this fucking pandemic. I'm sure it was probably an issue prior to the pandemic, but honey, it has done nothing but magnify since this pandemic. I don't know if it's because the children have had a lack of being outside and intermingling with each other, and there's been more of a presence online, or they've lost their interpersonal skills, or whatever. But how in the hell does the death of Tyrese Sampson become a trend on TikTok? Oh my goodness. As if his death alone wasn't a tragedy, somebody somewhere thought it was fun. So as you can see, the trend has garnered many viewers. At one point, 1.7 million. I just don't understand. So basically what it is apparently there's a song called Labyrinths Formula, which is from the show Euphoria. There are people who are on these actual rides basically showing you the ride from their view, right? And so it's just like them spinning around. And then there are the words living for the thrill that comes across the screen. I just think, if nothing else, it's highly insensitive. And I don't understand, while there are people who are condemning this video or these videos, I don't understand why we can't relate enough to life that we can just find something humorous and something so sad. And not only that, this can happen to anybody. In other news, do you guys remember Mark D'Amico? Well, you may not remember his name, but I'm sure you all remember the story. Okay, so let me just give it to y'all like this. So Mark and his girlfriend decided that they were going to do a scam on everybody using a former veteran, right? Last name is Babbitt or something like that. Anyway, so they did this elaborate scam. It was all over the newspapers, all over the news stations, doing interviews and everything, right? It was said that the homeless guy gave his last $20 to her because, whatever. Anyway, long story short, child, while the gig was up, honey, because Babbitt himself, the victim or the veteran or whatever, child decided to sue their ass and was like, they ain't giving me none of this money. They collected over $400,000, y'all, in less than a month. You remember the story? Here's the clip.
This morning in South Jersey, Mark D'Amico. That name may sound familiar. One of the people involved in that GoFundMe scam that said it was going to benefit a homeless veteran. Well, he has now pleaded guilty to federal charges. He admitted to one charge of wire fraud conspiracy. Investigators say D'Amico and his then girlfriend, Caitlin McClure, conned people into believing that Johnny Bobbitt gave McClure his last $20 when she ran out of gas in 2017. Now, you probably remember this story because it made national news, but turns out it wasn't true. McClure and Bobbitt previously pleaded guilty to conspiracy to commit wire fraud and to commit money laundering. All three are now awaiting sentencing.
All right, y'all. So let me tell you something. To me, listen, y'all know I'm a mom of 10. I might be a little impartial to this particular story because it's still unfolding. But all I can tell you is that Miss Tierra Vacon, who is 31 years old actually, was shot in the hand by a school officer, okay? Because apparently she showed up to school with a handgun where her daughter was, by the video, being jumped by a group of girls. Now again, as the mother, I might be a little impartial to this story, but y'all, it gets way deeper than that. Because Miss Tierra is the wife of a pastor and a medical professional. So Miss Tierra got a whole lot to lose, and I'm just trying to figure out what was going on or what drove this mother to show up at that school this way. Anyway, if y'all know the story, hold on, here it comes.
And police say she refused to drop that gun.
Tonight we spoke with Elder's attorney who says she works in the medical industry, is married to a minister, and is the mother to 7 children. Joe Hinkey has been working on this story for us tonight. Joe, what else are we learning?
Well, Jennifer Tierra-Vachon, Elder's attorney, tells me the focus right now is on getting her out of jail so she can receive medical attention for her hand that was shot beyond what the Fulton County Jail can offer her. And newly released court records are giving us a clearer picture of what might have happened before the shooting.
And this woman here is not what you have running around here and just grabbing guns and going to schools and things like that. That is not that. Miss Elder is someone who is a great use of the community.
Attorney Khalil Eady is representing Tierra-Vachon Elder. This video, which we have blurred because of the number of children present, is of a fight Wednesday near the entrance to Booker T. Washington High School in southwest Atlanta. Police have accused Elder of showing up to the fight where her daughter was and pulling out a gun.
She's a mother, right? She's a married woman. She's a mother of 7 kids, including the one that's here in these allegations. She's an honor student, right? She's taking college courses.
Eady says his client has worked for 6 years as a certified nursing assistant and has been married to her husband, a minister, for more than 8 years.
Police are still doing an investigation. The GBI is still doing an investigation, and everybody is still in that front portion.
Eady says he has only been able to briefly speak with Elder and is not yet able to answer specific questions about the charges she is facing. Her arrest warrants, though released to 11 Alive Friday evening, include new details of the allegations against her. The warrants detail school surveillance camera footage showing Elder exiting her vehicle before retrieving a handgun from her purse. Prosecutors wrote Elder then pushed an assistant principal several times to get onto school property before pointing her gun at a student and their mother. An officer is described as telling Elder several times to drop the gun, and she, quote, refused, and as a result was shot by a school officer.
Say it with me, y'all. I can't make this shit up. I'm just saying. Next story. Child, and other I can't make this shit up news. Y'all ain't gonna believe this. This is more of a I know you lying story. So as you can read the headlines, it says Black hero shot by San Jose police after tussling a gun away from an attacker. Okay, so apparently Keon at a local place out in California, eating with a friend. And a group of guys came in. Somebody from that group, I guess, thought he was tough or whatever, came over, approached them, and had a gun. You can visibly see by the footage that I'll show you that Keon then disarms this person, okay? Saving everybody's life in the damn facility, okay? In the place, all right? And then somehow he ends up shot multiple times. All I can tell you is I'm going to go ahead and let y'all see the video. There's always 2 sides to a story, but thank God this baby is still alive. I can't make this shit up, y'all.
Tales tonight about the young man who disarmed a gunman and then was shot by a San Jose police officer. It all happened shortly after this chaotic scene at a San Jose taco shop. The man's lawyer spoke with us tonight as his client recovers in the hospital. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Dan Ashley.
20-year-old Keon Green is recovering in the hospital with a scar on his stomach after being shot multiple times by a San Jose police officer. His lawyer, Adante Pointer, speaking on his behalf Tuesday night about what happened before the officer fired the shots at this taqueria.
I certainly believe he's a hero in this case. He wrestled the gun away from a gunman who we only know had intent to use that gun against him and other people in that restaurant.
Pointer says his client, who is a football player for Contra Costa City College, was eating at La Victoria Taqueria with a friend early Sunday. He was approached and threatened by someone who was part of a group. Another person in that group had a gun and a brawl broke out. Surveillance video released by police shows the melee. Police confirm that Green disarmed the man with the gun, but say officers responding did not know that. When they arrived, Green had the gun in his hand.
Officers gave repeated commands to drop the gun. However, the individual does not drop the gun, and one officer shot more than one time, striking the individual.
The police chief says officers had been searching for a homicide suspect in a case that had just happened a few hundred feet away. He says commands were clearly given to Green, but he did not drop the gun. Pointer says witness videos from outside the taqueria show a different story.
The officers were walking up the stairs. My client's backing out. You hear them yell something, and within less than a second, there are gunshots.
Green was shot in the abs, a leg, and an arm. And Pointer says at this point they plan on filing a lawsuit here.
This, my friends, was an episode of I Can't Make This Shit Up. Look, if you like these stories and other stories like these, by all means, follow me, support me, subscribe to my channel. I went to bed yesterday with 1,008 subscribers. Yay, thank you. It was a long feat, but I finally made it over the 1,000 mark. And then I looked a little while ago and I was back to 999. Baby, let's get me to 2,000 subscribers. Then I ain't got to worry about this teeter-tottering that's happening over here on YouTube. Took me long enough to get to 1,000, and now they want to nickel and dime me every which way they can. Anyway, without further ado, excuse me, I appreciate you being here and I appreciate your support. Please keep it coming, and I hope to see you on the next video.